Hello, Noose Little Podcast listeners. Allow me a moment to promote our new official Noose Little Theater merchandise. This can be bought at any show we have. And as you come see, you can go up to the merch table and ask the man or lady, and you can get your official NLT merch. Here's what we have. We have hats, toboggans, hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, and we even have big and tall sizes. Just ask the person and they'll set you right up. We also have blankets, pins, key change, stickers, tumblers, frosted pint glass, coffee mug, aluminum water bottle, backpack, and tote bags, etc. We have it all. Be sure to check out our special anniversary merchandise, including our t-shirt featuring all the shows of our historic 50th season. Thank you, and thanks for listening. Hello, and welcome to Noose Little Podcast. This is an audio presentation featuring the backstage antics and stories from your favorite log cabin located on the banks of the Noose River in Smithfield, North Carolina. Please help us celebrate our 51st season and purchase tickets on our website, www.nooselittletheater.org. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the various podcast platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Now please, enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to Noose Little Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Gore. That's my producer, Mita Toole.
What's up?
We are back after, it seems like a long time, Mita. We had an issue with our last pod. That's why there wasn't we usually try to do 2 pods a month, but there was an issue with our sound issues with our last pod, so we had to jettison it, as it were. But we are back, and we are here to finally, at long last, after a long wait, you guys have been so patient, we are going to announce our 52nd season here at Noose Little Theater. Okay, we were under an embargo contractually. We couldn't talk about our musical that we are going to debut in September as the first show of the year.
We could not announce or promote.
We could not announce or promote. So there you go. But now we can. At least when we release this podcast, it'll be May 15th. And so we can officially talk about our 52nd season in full. Now, first up, we got a very special show. We're going to be at JCC. This is the one we couldn't talk about. And finally, we can say the title, which is Bright Star. Yay! Give us the applause. Yes. That's Mita's new little toy over there. But yes, we can finally talk about Bright Star. And Mita, it looks like you're going to direct this one. It's going to be at JCC. So briefly tell us about Bright Star, the journey, how you've seen it 1,100 times. And
I think we've seen it 8. And we're getting ready to go see it. And it'll be in the past now, but when you hear this, but we're getting ready to see the final show at Temple.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about it. It is, it's a story about hope and redemption as well as a journey of life. And that sounds very deep and meaningful, but we actually have, and I rehearse this so often it's going to sound goobery, but we have a connection to the show in twofold, because one, it is set in North Carolina. The main places that are talked about are Zebulon and Asheville. They also visit Raleigh, and then there's I don't believe it's a real place. It's called Hayes Creek, that these people come from and you kind of visit. But the second part of it is when it was being developed to go to Broadway, our very own Andrew Britt was the assistant director.
Oh, wow.
And so he helped develop the show to go to Broadway. It is written by Edie Brickell and Steve Martin. It is inspired by a true story. But the whole premise of it is you've got a young man who is fresh home from World War II, and he's an aspiring writer, and he decides he's going to head off to Asheville to hand deliver his writings to the Asheville Southern Journal, which is, if you're a Southern writer, this is the place that you go to make it big. They publish people like Tennessee Williams and Ernest Hemingway and those types of people. And so he goes up there and he meets the editor, Miss Alice Murphy. Billy is a young 23-year-old man, fresh out of the trenches of World War II. She is and I think she's in her late 30s. She sees something in him that she sees something of her younger self in him. And so she decides to give him a shot at making it big. But in meeting him, it sends her down a rabbit hole of looking at her life choices that led her to be the person she is now, and the losses and the disappointments that came along the way. But it's, I tell people, it's like, it gets dark. Like, it's like, it's got a couple of really, really bright spots in it, but it gets kind of dark. But it ends with a real pretty happy bow at the end, happily ever after, and it's really beautiful. And the big deciding thing about it is the music is bluegrass. Mm-hmm. So there's with Steve Martin helping write the music. Of course, it's got a lot of banjo in it. So, but it is bluegrass music is the bulk of it, and it's and we've seen it. Stephen and I have gone to see it 8 times, I think now, and it is. I've never seen a show where I walked out going, "Well, that was garbage." Some of them are better than others. Some things about certain productions we've seen were better than others. But I've never walked out of any production and just went, I would never. I'm sorry I came to see that, because I think every production has been really good.
Well, that's a testament to the musical.
Yeah.
We're trying to have a live band, I hear.
Trying. We'll see.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. It sounds like that would be very special if we did.
It's part of the character of the show to have the band, the live bluegrass band. So.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be in JCC in September. Specific dates will be available soon. All right. Looking forward to that one. And up next, for Christmas time, yes, actual Christmas time in December, we are doing a classic, and it's A Christmas Story. I know. Did you not do a hint for this one because it would be too easy?
No, I did a hint for
okay, I must have missed it.
It was a little more subtle. I think the next round 2 hint's going to be a little more, give it a little more away.
Well, it might not matter now because this is in the future now.
That's true. So clue 2 might be more away. So
A Christmas Story, you all know it. It's a classic, and we are looking forward to bringing it to the NLT stage. That will be here at the Hut, and lots of opportunities for kids to get involved. And I don't know. I was on the play selection committee this year, so I had a hand in choosing the plays this season, and I just felt it was kind of important that if we do a Christmas themed play, that it actually be closer to Christmas and not. And I have nothing against any play we've done in November that is Christmas themed. I don't. I just think it just works a little bit better if we're actually debut in December.
And I get that. Don't get me wrong. It's just the premise of it in the past was everybody was really busy in December.
Right. Next up, our 3rd show of the season. This is going to be debuting in February 2027. And people have guessed this one correctly. I think someone had some help. But anyway, but this has been guessed correctly. And I think Kim guessed it correctly, and it's a we just had DH on the podcast, and I had never heard of this play, but he had heard of it, and he told me about it, and so maybe this play is more well known than I thought. This is The Cemetery Club.
There's a movie.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, gotcha.
And I don't know that I've ever seen the movie, but I think that's where most people will know it from, is the movie.
Okay, so 3 Jewish women meet at a cemetery
They meet for coffee or tea beforehand, and then they all decide to go to the cemetery together to, honor their husbands, their late husbands. Sort of a grieving widow's coffee clutch or whatever you call it.
The Last Wives Club.
Pretty much, yeah. Except their husbands are dead.
All right, and it's comedy. So come on out for that.
Well, and it's like they meet a gentleman, a widower, at the cemetery, and he sort of starts wanting to date one of them. And the problem is,
I always pick up chicks in the cemetery.
Exactly. How much it disrupts their little threesome.
Right.
The fact that one of them is moving on.
How dare you? You're messing up. You're breaking up the band.
I mean,
get Yoko out of here.
You've got one who wants to just live in the past and the nostalgia of her past marriage, and you've got this new one who's ready to move on to do something new. How do you reconcile sort of your difference of how to move on with your life kind of a thing. So that's sort of where it's from is, and I think two of the friends decide they want to sabotage her date or something. And I don't know enough about it to give you specific details, but that's the the summary I know.
Yes, this fits within our oeuvre, I think. This probably looks maybe for the older crowd, and we try to do one like that a season. All right, so look for that in February. And our fourth show of the 52nd season is pretty well known. It's by Agatha Christie, and it's And Then There Were None. Yeah, so 10 people go to a mansion in a secluded island, and one by one they are killed. And by the end, it's Agatha Christie, so there's going to be a twist ending. But one by one, the truth is revealed at the end.
Yeah, they're all really horrible people, really much.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're lured there under false pretenses. And then basically they're told that they're being punished for whatever indiscretion that this person feels that they have done. And the problem is the storm keeps them on the island. So whoever is killing them off is there with them.
Right.
So they're all trapped on this island together. And how do you save yourself when you don't know where the killer's coming from? It's had a lot of different variations. I didn't realize how many times it had been rewritten, like changed over the years for not political correctness, but to be a little more understanding of current mindsets or whatever. Because now it's, the poem is 10 Little Soldier Boys.
Oh, it's not Indians anymore.
It's not Indians anymore.
Okay. All right.
So, and I don't know how much other
That'll
stuff
make
has
up for all the
changed.
smallpox that we did. All the eradication of the Native Americans in this country. I'm sure we're even now. Good.
Which is the reason why they went with And Then There Were None instead of the original title.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I can understand. 10 little Native Americans just doesn't have the same ring to it, so let's just change it.
But I also had the conversation when we did it originally. We did it many years ago, and we did it under the original title, 10 Little Indians. And of course, our little statuettes and the poem on the wall were very Native American. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized it's a British play, so it would not be a Native American.
Right, it'd be Indians from India.
India.
Yeah.
That made more sense. And I was like, but we didn't think about that because we're not British, so it never occurred to us.
Yes. That is so. Okay, hold on. So, like when the play was first published as 10 Little Indians, do you think that Indians was referring to Indians in India, British
That would be
India?
my thought. Yeah, it would be more of a
Interesting. Okay.
And it's because there's really nothing in the poem that specifically says who these people are. Really, I don't think.
Right. That's interesting. It's interesting how you. Depending on what country you're from, you view different types of media one way,
Right?
And it never occurred to you that it was maybe intended as a different way.
And I could be wrong. I mean, but that was just my thought process when we were rehearsing. I was like, I wonder if they meant like India, and because that would make sense with the British,
having
colonizing,
India.
yeah.
So. Interesting. And it was and Agatha Christie. It would have been around the time that the British Empire was at its height, which is around in 19th century and very early 20th century, but pre-World War I, basically.
Right.
That's interesting. All right. Okay, moving on to our last show of the 52nd season. Our season finale is, a lot of people have guessed this one correctly, it is The Complete Works of William Shakespeare, abridged.
Revised again.
Abridged, revised again. And it started out as a 3-person comedy show at the Edinburgh Play Festival. It has evolved over the years for the same reasons that it's been revised to be a little bit more culturally sensitive.
Right.
And
it's more of a think of it more of like almost like improv where current events are more make it more funny.
Yes.
I guess.
So let's explain A Complete Works of William Shakespeare is about 3 people who perform all, quote unquote, all of Shakespeare plays in 90 minutes. Now, that is not quite accurate, as we know that many of Shakespeare's plays are much longer than 90 minutes. So it's more of a truncated version
it's a Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, it's the Cliff Notes. It's the Reader's Digest version until they oh no, we run out of time and we've only done like 5 plays. we got to do the remaining 27 in 9 minutes. So here we go. And it's comedy, madcap, back and forth, lots of costumes, lots of people. It takes stamina. I did it down in Fayetteville. in March of 2020, and so it got COVIDed real good. But I still put it on my resume because, damn it, I was off book. We decided to take a look at it, and in the past, whenever we bring up Shakespeare, people go, yeah. We've only done one Shakespeare play, Midsummer Night's Dream, in our 191 shows here at Noose Little Theater. Mm-hmm. So Shakespeare is always kind of a tough sell, but this really isn't. Shakespeare's more of a comedy play, and I wanted to I looked it up, and I saw that several groups had done more of a wider cast, meaning instead of 3 people, it's 3 teams. So you have Team Tragedy, Team History, and Team... Why am I blanking on that? Team Tragedy, Team History, and Team Comedy. So the 3 kind of areas that Shakespeare wrote in. So Team Comedy has his crew, or he or she has his crew, and then Team Tragedy has their crew, and they act out the plays. This works in twofold, in my opinion, because ultimately it is up to the director if they want to go that direction or not. And in my opinion, it would be cool if we could do the teams, because this would bring more chance for teens, T-E-E-N-E-S, teens to be on stage, which is always it's always hard to find material for teens, good meaty material. Mm-hmm. And so I thought the idea of having 3 teams would be better, and it would allow us to incorporate that and have a wider cast and not have so much on 3 people on stage trying to perform an entire show, which is taxing. So you better have 3 decent people up there. Right. So but again, that is up to the director, so we don't know which way that's going to go. So you'll just have to wait and see.
Somewhere between 3 and 9.
Yeah, 3 and 9 would be okay. Yeah. I think it would work. Yeah. And it's been done.
And not to beat a dead horse, but I always laugh when people go, ugh, Shakespeare. I'm like, the problem with Shakespeare is it's never meant to be read. That's where everybody gets all bent out of shape about Shakespeare, is you had to read it in English class. It was never meant to be read. It was always meant to be watched and seen on stage. But it's every rom-com, pretty much any story that has has gone for the countless millennia at this point, or decades, not even decades, hundreds of years.
The Lion King is Hamlet.
Yes.
Sons of Anarchy is Hamlet. It's been done over and over and over and again.
Exactly. And I'm like, but the other side of it is, he didn't write for the Shakespeare Company. He didn't write for the Queen. He wrote for the Penny Gallery. He wrote for the common man. So even in the darkest stuff, Romeo and Juliet, there is a ton of dick and fart jokes.
Yeah. Indeed.
He loved gore because that made everybody happy, and he loved to make like rude and disgusting and sexual innuendo, because that was what made people want to see a play. Mm-hmm.
And in this play, Complete Works of William Shakespeare, is very much in that vein. It's for the masses. I guarantee you, if you don't know anything about Shakespeare and you haven't read it since high school, you walk through, you'll still have a good time, because the way it's presented is very comedic and very light.
And honestly, Shakespeare, if once you get past the language, that's a big part of it too. But once you get past the language, honestly, it's the writings of a 12-year-old boy.
Right. Yeah. Yes. It's literally, they're not performing the full version of Romeo and Juliet. It's literally a dude grabbing a wig and going, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo," and then they move on to another play, and someone grabs an emo wig and eyeshadow and says, "I'm Hamlet."
If you want the high spots, the Complete Works is the thing to watch, because it hits all the major plot points of all the shows, and the sonnets. Apparently, they go through the sonnets.
Yes, they do. So yes, but we'll see how that works out here. I'm looking forward to it. It's an outside the box play. It's going to end our season, so yeah, I think it'll be interesting. So that's it. You've heard it here first, folks. That's our 52nd season at long last. We will try to plan our next season and maybe we won't be under an embargo, so we can get out there a little sooner. I think the season before last, we did it like February or something.
What was I going to say? Well, I to get down this little side tangent, I was talking to the Carrie people, the senior group that are, buy season tickets with us, and they bring a group of 30, with them. And she told me that one of the groups that they go see, and I can't remember where it is, but they're not allowed to tell them their December show yet.
Is it Carrie Players?
Maybe.
I don't know. No, it can't.
No, it wouldn't Carrie Players.
I don't think it is.
But I don't remember what group it was, but it was like, because they go all over the place with this group. But they've bought tickets for their season too, and because apparently they do this with several theaters. But she said they were not allowed to tell them I think it was their December show. And I'm like, how can you want a theater to promote their season when you don't allow them to tell people the names of the shows before the season starts?
I don't know.
If we weren't doing Bright Star at the beginning of the season, how far out would they give us?
Oh, yeah. That would suck. Yeah, like if it's in May and we couldn't talk about it till December, that would suck. Right.
We just have to say, hey, we're doing a musical.
Mystery show. Mystery musical. That would suck. So I'm glad it worked out for us. Wow. That would
exactly.
Yeah.
I got to thinking about that. It's like if we were not doing it in September, would they make us wait until
wow
3 months beforehand?
Okay.
I don't understand but and maybe there was a reason for it, but the reason I thought it was is not the reason it was. So whatever.
Okay. Well, that's fun. Right. Finding out rights information and holds and if the show's available is always a trepidatious part.
Yeah, this year was weird.
Yeah, it was hard. We had another show, and Then There Were None was not originally our April show. It was another one that is currently being rewritten, and we couldn't get the rights to it. And if you held a gun to my head, I'm like, oh, we can get, this is one of the ones that's going to be a layup to get the rights for. But no,
nobody's doing this one.
No one's doing this one.
Pay us to do this show.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's being rewritten. I'm just like, well, damn. Okay. All right.
Well, then like the Christmas show was almost something else.
Yeah, it was almost something else also.
They couldn't give us an answer right away. Yeah. And we're like, we gotta get this thing in the works. We don't, we're waiting. So
we worked very hard to bring you this season in a timely fashion. So I'm sorry you guys had to wait, but there were freaking reasons for that. It wasn't just us twiddling our thumbs.
And I think we're just gonna have to change our mindset about how we pick next seasons, because I think the years of going, hey, it's February, let's throw 5 shows together, I think that's over with. I don't think you can just.
So what, do you start in September, or just like
October, really? September, October. Start looking at scripts so that we can start deciding, so we can make the
Well, I don't think that'll be a big issue, because we've got a list. You've got a list of all the shows that have been suggested, and we pull from that every year. But we've also got a little list like, oh yeah, this is good. Maybe for next season. All right, that is it. That's our 52nd season. We hope you will join us as we do a season of eclectic stories from all walks of theater.
Overall, it's sort of like a season of hope, maybe.
Yeah. And let's see. Yeah. Bright Star, hope, check. A Christmas Story, check. Hope I get the red BB gun. Cemetery Club, hope in moving on from your spouse's death, check. And Then There Were None, hope I stay alive, check. And then the complete work of Lynn Shakespeare, I hope I don't pass out while I do all of this stuff, because it's a lot.
Hope I can get through it.
Hope I can get through it. There you go, a season of hope.
There you go.
I like it. We're here at Noose Little Theater. I don't think we can do better than that. All right. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Matt Gore. That's my producer, Mita.
Hello.
All right. Give us a little sound cue on the way out, Mita. Yeah. Yeah.